Good morning, one and all. In last lecture, we have completed the some of the problems which are based on the when springs are placed in a parallel position and when springs are placed in a series position. And based on these, some of the problems also we have seen. And from the unit number second, only one point is remaining, and the only one derivation is remaining. That is the undamped free vibration system. Okay, that derivation will finish in this lecture only, and we'll complete the unit number second. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll go towards the unit number third. Okay, and tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 p.m. I have arranged one test on this unit number second. Okay, that will be a MCQ based test, and that will be how to solve within 1 hour. Okay, so in this lecture now we'll see the derivation which is based on the undamped free vibration system. Okay, all of you know already what is mean by the undamped system and what is the free vibration. The undamped free vibration system, and second one is the damped free vibration system. As far as my knowledge, you have understood what is the difference between damped system and the undamped system. So what is the undamped system? Undamped system is in the equation number you can see that in the equation there is C parameter, or in the figure C parameter will not become. That Cx dot, that is the damping force, will be equal to 0. But we have to solve that first derivation based on the undamped free vibration system that already completed. And now we have to see the second derivation, which is a damped free vibration. And that damped free vibration, that derivation is remaining from the unit number second, that we have to see here. Okay, as far as my knowledge, you have drawn this diagram, and some of the part also we have completed in the last lecture only. Okay, so damped free vibration system means it is a damped and it is a free system, means there is a two parameters will be going to be changed. As far as the first derivation, one is respective to damped system, means there is a Cx dot parameter will become, and as far as the free vibration system is, there is an external force f of t will become. Okay, so you can understand the derivation, how this derivation will be coming here. So I will put here how to come for this. So damped free vibration. So what is the damped free vibration? It is, you can see here, this is a system of damped and it is a free vibration. Means free vibration, that is the free is nothing but that f of t value will be equal to 0, and damped value is nothing but that cx dot which having some value. Okay, it is equal to question mark. So there will be a some value. So there will be a, in the figure you can see, this is a k parameter will become c parameter will become, because it is a damped vibration system, and that m parameter will be here. Means there are the three forces will be produced in the system. That is, one is the inertia force, plus second one is the damping force, and third one is the restoring force. Means our equation will be become over here in this derivation, that is mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx is equal to 0. Path f of t, that is the free vibration over here, and that's why that equation becomes like this. Okay, and if we take the free body diagram of this, then automatically that m will be getting changes with respect to the x double dot. Already we know that is the m into that is x double dot over here. That restoring force k into spring constant, that spring constant k into it will be changes with respect to the displacement. So that is the c k into x. The damping coefficient which it changes with respect to the velocity. That's why the derivative of x is equal to the, that x is the displacement, already know. X dot is nothing but it is a velocity, and x double dot is nothing but it is a acceleration. So in this way, these three parameters will become here with respect to the inertia force with respect to the damping force and with respect to the restoring force, that is the mx double dot, cx dot and the kx. These three forces will be come here as far as the by considering this free body diagram. Okay, so you can understand as per the last lecture, this diagram is of the damped free vibration system. You should understand first what type of the question is asked to you, whether it is damped system or whether it's undamped system. You have to be understand whether it is a free vibration or whether it is a forced vibration. Our total unit number second, which is based on the free vibration only, and there are the two cases. One is related to the damped vibration system and second one is the undamped vibration system. But if we go towards the unit number third, it will be based on the forced vibration system only. There will be a forced value, there is a f of t value will become, and there is a, again two cases over there. One is related to the damped system and another will be related to the undamped system. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood up to this. So we'll move towards the how to solve this derivation. Okay, now I will erase this part, whatever I have written on this slide. Okay, so if you are not drawn this diagram in your notebook in the last lecture, please draw this diagram neatly within 2 minutes. Very fast you write draw this diagram, because we have to solve this big derivation within this lecture only. Okay, please draw this diagram fast. Priyanka, what is the problem? Here is the diagram, no? In the on this slide only there is a diagram. Why you have telling here, madam? Please show that diagram slide. This is the same diagram that I have here, showing here. That is the same diagram. That is for the undamped. That is for the damped, and where is the free vibration system? And we have to solve the equation of motion for this diagram only. For this undamped, for this only about this damped free vibration only. So what is the problem, Priyanka? Can you please draw this diagram fast so we can move forward? Okay, so you can understand there is a damped free vibration system. Damped is nothing but C parameter will become, and that for free vibration is nothing but there is a free vibration is nothing but there is a f of t value, that external value will be become 0. And in that, because of it is a damped system, so we have seen here that is the c x dot parameter will become that m parameter is the same, and the k parameter will m and k will be over there, but there is a changes only with respect to the c and the f of t value. So you can understand this is mx double dot means mass into acceleration, that is the inertia force, k into x, that is the restoring force, and c x dot, that is the damping force. And if we split this line with a single body diagram or with a free body diagram, so we'll get this as a mx double dot, that is the mass into acceleration value, for the inertia force, k into x, that is the restoring force, and cx dot is the damping force. Okay, so now we'll move towards the next point. In many practical systems, the vibrational energy is gradually converted to heat or sound, and due to the reduction in the energy, the response such as displacement of the system gradually decreases. The mechanism by which the vibrational energy is gradually converted into heat or sound is known as damping. And as stated earlier, already we know the viscous damping force is proportional to the velocity into the that velocity, and it can be expressed as, okay. So already we know there are the three types of the forces, and their three forces are here we can write as per as we can write, that is the first one is the mx double dot, that is the inertia force. Second one is the, if we go towards the damping force, you can write here, that is the inertia force. Second one is the damping force, that is equal to cx dot, and the restoring force which is related to the, that is the k into x. These three forces are going to be changed. Okay, and due to reduction in energy, so we have to here see here, because of this damping, how effect will be over here. Okay, in the equation as well as in the mechanism by which vibrational energy is gradually converted to heat or sound is known as the damping. Means there is a damper which works as a dissipation of energy. It will not be works as a rigid. Okay, because of these dampers, there will be a restoring force. There will be some resisting force from the system, and that's why there will be a if some of the shocks or some of the external dynamic force is coming on the structure, then automatically it will be resist, and it will be dissipate the energy which will be coming from the outside. Okay, and after that we have to move further solving the derivation of equation for this damped free vibration. Okay, so what is this damping? What is the damping coefficient? Again, what is the cx dot? What is the mx double dot? What is this kx? That all parameters, I hope all of you have understood. Now we'll move towards the next point to how to go for the derivation. So first is nothing but we have to clear the damping force. It is a, you can see here, that is the damping force. So first one is the damping force, that is the FD. You can say it as a FD, means that is the damping force, and damping force is equal to cx dot, where x dot is the velocity, where c dot is the velocity, and where you can here that c is the damping coefficient, and coefficient of viscous and negative sign indicates that the damping force is opposite to the direction of velocity. As far as considering the first figure, we can conclude here that mx double dot is equal to mass into acceleration is equal to, by taking the free body diagram, there is a minus cx dot and minus kx. Okay, and that's why the equation is becomes mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to 0. That equation will be become over here, and that is the equation number 15. Okay, but you should know that fd is the damping force which will be is equal to the cx dot, where c is the damping coefficient, that c is the damping coefficient, and x dot is the velocity. Means damping force is proportional to the cx dot. But as far as the considering this sign, there is a damping force is opposite to the direction of velocity. And by taking the from this free body diagram, directly we can put that mx double dot is equal to c minus cx dot minus kx equal to 14, and the equation will become as a mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to 0. I hope all of you have understood up to this. There is no any problem for you. That will be same as far as our equation number hmm, equation number third from the derivation number 1, that we have already calculated from the equation number 1. Okay, so I hope all of you have cleared this. So write down this fast. Write down below this, f is equal to minus cx dot, f equal to minus cx dot, my f is equal to minus cx dot, where c is the damping constant, where c is the damping constant, where c is the damping constant, or coefficient of viscous, and negative sign coefficient of viscous, and negative sign indicates that damping force is opposite to the direction of velocity. Damping force is opposite to the direction of velocity. Damping force is opposite to the direction of velocity, full stop. So below this you can write mx double dot is equal to minus cx dot minus cx dot minus kx is equal to equation number 14. Equation number 14. So below this you can write mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to 0. Mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to 0. Okay. I hope all of you have understood up to this. So we can move forward for the how to solve this equation number 15 by using the LD whatever the quadratic equation, how to solve to get the values of constant equation. So we can solve these values from the next slide only. Okay, now we have to solve this equation by putting the x is equal to c into e raised to st as per as the earlier equation. So this is the one of the LD equation, that is the mx double dot. X double dot is nothing but d2x by dt square. X dot is nothing but a dy by dx, and there is a x value. Okay, so we can put as that value of x of t is equal to c into e raised to st. So we can put this value in the equation number 15. Then automatically we have to solve the derivative number 1 and derivative number 2. And this derivative 1 and 2 we have to put into the equation number 15. So we'll got one quadratic equation. So I hope all of you have understood. So try to calculate the derivative number 1 and derivative number 2 of this x of t is equal to c into e raised to st. Please try fast. I will also help you how to calculate the derivative of this x with respect to t, x dot and the x double dot value. Okay, so our equation is, already we know our equation is mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx equal to 0. That is our equation. So already we know the k value because k is here, that is the k is equal to cx dot. But we don't know that x dot, how to calculate, how x dot value we don't know. So we can calculate the x dot value. So x dot value is c into s into e raised to st, because c is the constant, s is the that coefficient of t. That's why that e raised to st is a derivative. That e raised to st derivative is here. That is the s into e raised to st. That's why that x dot will become as a cs into e raised to st. Now, if we take the another derivative, that is x double dot is equal to c into s, both are constant. Again, the derivative of e raised to st, that is the s into e raised to st, means it will become as a cs square into e raised to st. Okay, so now we can put these two values in the equation number 15. So in the equation number 15, if we put these two values, so what will be the answer? So that is the m into x double dot. Apply x dot double dot क्या आया था? That is the c into s square into e raised to st. Okay, plus c x dot, where c into x dot. What is the value of x dot? You can write it as a x dot value parallelly. That is the c into s into e raised to st. Okay, and there plus there is a third value, that is the k into x, where k into x value that is the c into e raised to st. So it will be equal to 0. Okay, so from this cases we can, if you can take outside the whatever the common terminology is from this equation. So what is the common terminology will be here? That is the c into e raised to st is the common terminology. So what is the remaining? That is the ms square plus what is the remaining? That is the c into s. Okay, plus k is equal to 0, means that is the c into, that is the e raised to st, means from this equation number 1, equation number 19, c into e raised to st, ms square plus cs plus k equal to 0, means that a into b is equal to 0, means a is not equal to 0, then b is equal to 0. Okay, I hope all of you have understood up to this. By putting this x of t is equal to c into e raised to st, that is the equation number 16. So we can calculate the derivative number 1, that is x dot is equal to c into s. phi s, because e raised to st's derivative is s into e raised to st. And again, if we take the second derivative, that is x double dot is equal to c into s into e raised to st the derivative. Once again, it is come here as a s into e raised to st. So it that will become as a cs square into e raised to st. By putting these two values in the equation number 15, okay, we get the common terminology like this, that is c into e raised to st into bracket ms square plus cs dot plus kx plus k is equal to 0. Now here that is the a parameter and this is a b parameter. A into b is equal to 0. So at that condition, we know that a dot b is equal to 0, means a is not equal to 0, then b is equal to 0. A is not equal to 0, then b is equal to 0. So from this equation, that c into e raised to st, it is a cost, it is a which having the constant value, that c and the yes, these two are the constant. So we have to calculate the values of c and the values of s. Okay, that value we have to calculate. So it will not be equal to 0. Means that second terminology, it will be equal to 0. So we can put directly as a ms square plus cs plus k equal to 0. I hope all of you have understood up to this. If you don't understand, please reply me so I can once I can repeat once again. Okay, so I will erase this all the parts so you can understand. Or if you don't want, if you want to write this all the things, I will not erase this all the parts. Okay, so reply me. Ganesh, Suraj, Nikhil, Priyanka, Shital, Deshwar, Shivani, Vaishnavi, Kshitija, Pragati, Ishwarya Patil. Please reply me fast so we can move forward. Or if you have understood, please write down fast so we can move for the next step. Or once again, I will erase all the parts and I will tell you, I will repeat these things. Okay, so from this first case number 15, the our already the equation that we have discussed from this damped free vibration system, that equation is like this, that is the mx double dot plus cx dot plus kx is equal to 0. Okay, so we should know there is a three values, one is x dot, second one is x double dot, and third one is the x. These three value if we know, so we can solve this equation number, that equation number 15. So by solving this equation, we have put here that x of t value we have taken as a c into e raised to st. So c and s we have to calculate here. So we have to calculate the c and s value. So now in this equation number 15, there are the x double dot value is here and the x dot value is here and the x value is here. So x already we got. Now we have to calculate the x dot value. So how to calculate x dot value? That is the derivative of x with respect to t. So we'll get the x dot value. That is the derivative of x with respect to t. We got the value of x dot. So what is the derivative of this x dot? Derivative of this x, that is the c into e raised to st. So what is the derivative of this? So it is equal to c is the constant into s into e raised to st. That is the first derivative, and that will become as a x dot. Now coming towards the x double dot, so we can take again this again the derivative of this x with respect to t, and we can take the derivative of x dot, and that is equal to the d2x by dt square. That is the second derivative of x with respect to t, second derivative of x with respect to t. That will become c into s square into e raised to just t. Now we have to put these two values, that is the equation number, I will say that is a, and that is the equation number, that is the b. That a and b values we have to put into this equation. So how to put these two values? So you can write directly m into x double dot. X double dot की value क्या है? C, that is s square into e raised to st. Okay, that is the first term, plus c into x dot. X dot की value क्या है आपने बघा, that is c into s into e raised to st, and plus k into x, k into x. So it is a k into x की value क्या है आपने, that is c into e raised to st, and is equal to 0. Means you can take the common terminologies as outside, that is the e value, that is the e value. So if we take c into e raised to st, we take outside, then what is remaining? First term ms square plus c into s is remaining, and plus k is remaining, that is equal to 0. Means this is the a term and this is the b term. Okay, when a dot b, if we consider a dot b is equal to 0, then as far as the mathematical equation a is not equal to 0, then b is equal to 0. Or second case is like this, b, that b is not equal to 0, then a is equal to 0. That mathematical equations will be coming there. But that c and yes, that c value and this yes value is having some values. Okay, and that we have to calculate. And that's why the equation number b, that is the b parameter, that is ms square plus cs, that plus k is equal to 0. That will becomes like this. Okay, I hope all of you have understood. Two times I have repeated this, so we can move forward because this equation is very important and it is big derivation. So we'll move towards the next slide. If you have completed your writing this derivation, so we can move forward. Please reply me fast so we can go for the next step. I hope all of you understood how to calculate the derivative number 1, derivative number 2, and how to put these values in the equation number 15. And from this equation number 15, the quadratic equation we got in terms of a and b, and a and b, that a is not equal to 0, then b is equal to 0. If b is equal to 0, then a is not equal to 0 as per as the mathematical condition. And after solving this, we got a is not equal to 0, then b is equal to 0. Now we have to solve this quadratic equation. Okay, I hope all of you have understood up to this part, so we can move forward. Please reply me fast. Okay, if you have finished, now we can solve the quadratic equation, that is ms square plus cs plus k. So how to solve this quadratic equation? Anyone can please tell me if you know how to solve the quadratic equation? Okay, so what is the formula over there? Anyone can please tell me? Okay, so for how to solve this quadratic equation? So quadratic equation is here, that is the, as far as the equation, last equation, there is a quadratic equation. I will write first over here on this new page. That is the ms square plus cs plus k is equal to 0. Okay, that is the quadratic equation. From this quadratic equation, there is a value is m. Okay, a value is m, p value is c, and the c value is k. Okay, and now we have to solve this quadratic equation. So for solving this quadratic equation, there is a formula, and that formula is like this. That formula is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, so what is minus b over here? That minus b is where minus b is c, that is the minus c, plus or minus root of b square is nothing but, there is a again c square minus 4, a is nothing but m, c is nothing but it is a k, and divided by, there is a 2 into a is nothing but that is the twice m, and that is written that c plus or minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So that will be the roots of the equation, and the root of the equation, that equation is in terms of s. So we'll get the s1 and s2 value. Okay, so I can write directly here that s1 is equal to minus c upon minus c plus or minus root of that c square minus 4ac upon 2a. Okay, that is one and the s2 values. So yeah, already we have discussed in the first equation number 16 that x value is c into e raised to st only, but I got the values of this s in terms of the s1 and s2, so that the equation is becomes x of t is equal to, what is this, x1 काय येणार या ठिकाणी सांगा, that is the x1, that is the x1 plus x2. So what is the x1? X1 is the c into e raised to s s1t plus that is will be as a c1, and second one is the c2 into e raised to, that is the s2t. So that is the equation becomes, because of there are the two roots I got from this quadratic equation, that is s1 and s2. So total equation is becomes c1 into e raised to s1t plus c2 into e raised to s2t. Okay, now we have to put this s1 and s2 values over here, and that will become the equation for the solution of equation of motion of the solution for this, calculating the values of constants c1 and c2, s1 and the s2. Okay, so all of you please write down. Once again I will tell you here that quadratic equation is in last slide, there is ms square plus cs plus k equal to 0, where a is the m, where b is the c, and c is equal to k. But from this equation, their s1 and s2 values we can calculate by using the quadratic equation formula, that is the minus c minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. That a, b, c two values already we know, and if we go for this solving the values of s1 and s2, then we get this as a minus c plus or minus root of c square minus 4mk divided by twice m. That is the values of s1 and s2. And already as per the equation number 16, we have put that x of t. What is that x of t? Only we have taken that x of t is equal to c into e raised to st. But I got the values of s1 and s2. That's why that x will be becomes equal to, that x will be become is equal to x1 plus x2, because in terms of c1 e raised to s1t, that is the c1 into e raised to s1t, and that will be c2 into e raised to s2t, and addition of these two we got the values of x, that is the displacement value of x, and we have to solve the next equation, next step, as per as this displacement values. Okay, so please write down these steps so we can move forward. First I will erase this all the parts. Okay, so write down this next step is steps by putting the quadratic formula equation formula, that is minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So we'll got the values of s1 and s2. S1 and S2 values will get. So this S1 and S2, if we get, we have to add this S1 and we have to go for the equation, combine equation. X is equal to x1 plus x2. So equation will become here that C1 into e raised to S1t and C2 into e raised to S2t. Okay. So we'll move towards the next point now. So how to solve this equation? Okay, now you can write this as x of t is equal to x1 plus x2, that is x1 is equal to c1 into e raised to s1t plus c2 into e raised to s2t. Okay, so now you can put values of s1. Already we know s1 value, already we know the s2 value. So you can put that c1 into e raised to s1t plus c2 into e raised to s2t. That two values you can put here, so that equation number 18 will be coming here. Okay. Okay, so I hope all of you have clear this x of t, that x value will become in terms of the x1 plus x2. So x of t is equal to c1 into e raised to s1t, c2 into e raised to s2t. S1 value already we know, s2 values already we know, that already knows value that are putting here, and equation will becomes like this. X of t is equal to c1 into e raised to s1t, c2 into e raised to s2t. Okay, below this write down where c1 and c2 are arbitrary constant, where C1 and C2 are arbitrary constant, where C1 and C2 are arbitrary constant, and to be determined using initial conditions of the system, using initial conditions of the system, using initial conditions of the system, using initial conditions of the system. Full stop. Below this write down critical damping constant, critical damping constant and the damping ratio. So we will understand here what is the critical damping constant, and what is the critical damping, and we'll see what is the damping ratio. That two parameters we'll see here. So write down below this critical damping constant and damping ratio. Critical damping constant and damping ratio. The critical damping CC is defined as the value of damping C for which the value of radical part becomes zero. For which value of radical part becomes zero. For which value of radical part becomes zero. Value of radical part becomes zero. So from this equation number 18, okay, so we'll understand first. So what is that critical damping and what is the damping ratio? So these two parameters we have to understand here. So okay, so from this, whatever these values are here, that of the S1 value and this is of S2 value. Okay, so this S1 and S2 values are here. So critical damping CC is defined as the value of damping C, for which the value of radical part is become zero. So what is the radical part over here? So from this S1 and S2, the radical part becomes like this. Radical part is like this. So the radical part that I have written here, that is the C upon twice m bracket square minus K by m is equal to 0. That is the radical part is equal to 0. And at that time, that C is equal to CC. So what is the C value? That is the C is nothing but it is a damping coefficient. But if we go towards the CC value, that CC is nothing but it is a critical damping. So if when yes, that damping coefficient will become as a critical damping coefficient at the time of this radical part, that radical part is equal to 0. So what is the radical part? That is the C by twice m bracket square minus K by m is equal to 0. So we can put as a, now we can take that C by twice m as the square is equal to, there will be a K by m. So that is C by twice m bracket square is equal to omega n square. Okay, already we know omega n is equal to, that is the root of K by m. Means omega n square is equal to, it will become as a K by m only. So that C by twice m is equal to, it is the omega n. Means what is the value of C? C is equal to twice m omega n. And we know at radical part is 0, that C is equal to, CC is equal to twice m omega n. So that is the formula we get from this radical part becomes 0. And at that time, that C will be equal to CC. Okay, is it okay to all? Once again, I will tell you so you can understand easily. I will erase this all the parts.